Hey, it's Joe, and I've got something really cool for you today. In fact, you might want to grab a pen and paper. Last night, I was doing a Q&A with the members from our GPS for Love webinar series. And one of the members asked the questions, how do you define what compatibility is? So I took a step back and I gave her my answer. But then after the call, I was really thinking about it. And so what I decided to do was actually go and look up compatibility in the dictionary. And the definition of compatibility in the dictionary is a state in which two things are able to exist or occur together or without problems or conflict. And when I looked at that, I'm like, I don't necessarily agree. On the surface, that might be good for certain things. But when it comes to a relationship, a long-term successful relationship, the reality is there are going to be problems. There's going to be conflict. Life is going to throw things at you. Unless two people grew up exactly the same, have exactly the same beliefs, exactly the same philosophies, exactly the same experiences, it's human nature to know that they're going to look at things and experience things differently. And that's what makes a great relationship so wonderful, is you get to work things out. So I kind of reworked it, and I've come up with my definition. And I've actually created something that I call the Triangle of Compatibility. So I'm going to give you my definition first, then I'll explain the triangle. So my definition is a state where two individuals enjoy, honor, and work together in such a way that they grow as individuals and as a couple. So what I want to do now is actually show you the Triangle of Compatibility, and it looks something like this. And so you see here is we've got to honor, enjoy, and work together. So what I'd like to do now is actually break these things down, because this is the reality. If you're going to spend the rest of your life and be in a relationship with someone, if that's your goal, then all three of these things absolutely positively must be in place. So let's talk about the first one, is you've got to enjoy. Okay? The bottom line, if you're not going to enjoy the person that you're going to be with, why be with them? And of course, this goes for enjoying them inside, in the bedroom, and outside the bedroom as well. You've got to enjoy that person, because if you don't, it's going to lead to problems. It's going to lead to resentment. It's going to lead to you not getting your needs met. And so the bottom line is you've got to enjoy the person you're going to be with. The second part is you've got to honor that person. So what do I mean by that? Honor is respecting that person. It makes you realize that, you're in a relationship with someone. You just can't do what you want, when you want, how you want it. That there are ramifications to your choices and decisions. The things you do, the things you say affect that other person. And that doesn't mean you have to do things perfectly, because we all screw up. But when you screw up, it simply means taking ownership and admitting that what you did affected that other person in the other way. And a lot of times honor is simply about communication, because what you may do things with the purest of intention, but because of that person's experience, their beliefs, their filters, they interpret it, they perceive it a different way. So honoring is simply being able to communicate, to respect that other person, and to work things out. And the third part of the triangle is being able to work together. This is what so many quote-unquote experts, I believe, leave out, and so many books leave out, is because there's this thing called life. And life is going to throw shit at you, and I don't care who you are. And if you're not prepared to work together to get through that stuff, then the shit that life throws at you will actually destroy your relationship. It will weaken it, and like cracks in the ice, sooner or later, it's just going to implode. But the good news is that when you pick the right person for the right reason, and life does throw stuff at you, it actually makes your relationship much stronger. You actually grow together. And that leads us to the second part of my definition, which is where two individuals grow as individuals and as a couple. Okay? Because life is about growing. If you study nature, everything in nature is either growing or it's dying. And this is one of the big problems, because people get married and then they don't do anything. It's, a relationship is like a plant. You've got to water it. You've got to nurture it. You've got to love for it. You've got to take care of it. And if you don't, what happens is you just start falling apart. The plant starts withering and dying. And that's what happens to a lot of people's relationships, their marriages. They just get comfortable. All those things that they used to do before, to honor, to enjoy, to have fun with their partner, to work together, they stop doing. They take each other for granted until ultimately it falls apart. So you've got to be able to grow as individuals, and that means supporting your partner, letting them grow, letting them do things that light them up, letting them do things that helps them become a better them. One of the things I love most about my wife is that she supports me in my growth. And I've made a lot of mistakes. I've wasted a lot of money on things, trying to grow, trying to get better, looking for answers. It's one of the reasons why I created Smarter Dating, is because you can waste a lot of time and energy. There are a lot of people who have crap out there. There's a lot of people who have ulterior motives. And I'm the type of person, I want the truth, and I want to learn quick, and I want to learn fast. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my energy. And so my wife supported me in that. And just as I support her, anything that is going to help her get better, that's going to help her make her happier, that's going to help her enjoy her life, become a better her, then I'm behind her 100%. If that means I've got to take the kids for 3 days while she goes to a seminar, then I'm going to do what I need to do. And it's not that I'm this great man, it's just I'm a good partner. And that's what good partners do. And so when you understand that you have to grow as individuals and you grow as a couple, you do things together, by working together, by enjoying each other, and really investing in your relationship, well, that's where the magic happens. So, I really think this is one of my favorite videos. I'd love to hear what you think. I'd love to hear what your definition of compatibility is. Do you agree with this? Do you have something that you want to add? Because ultimately it's about you and your relationship, and about you creating results you desire and you deserve. So I'd love to hear from you. Put your comments below. We'll see you next time. God bless.